Hello everyone, welcome back. We are going to be doing LSAAA review number 5 today. If you didn't know, LSAAA stands for the Last Stop Animal Abusers Act. I have made 5 reviews so far. This one's number 5. There's a few things that I want to say before we start. First, thanks to everyone who's been reporting the channels that I've been making reviews on, and the ones I haven't reviewed yet. I checked yesterday, and none of them have been taken down, unfortunately, but I have seen a lot of more comments saying, hey, stop, what you're doing isn't right. And the second thing is, I want to give a shout out to Fennec Studios. I've seen them on Animal Planet's videos, Chinese Animal Planet, who we're going to be reviewing again today. They've been spreading around comments like I said earlier, hey, stop, this guy's abusing his rabbits, don't support him. They also give reasons why they shouldn't be supporting them, and that was really appreciated. But anyway, like I said, we're going to be going over Chinese Animal Planet again today. I've not checked to see what the last video of theirs I reviewed, because for one, that was quite a bit ago. I think at least a month. I haven't checked. I also can't remember. But also because they post a lot, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to review all of the ones today that since the last video. I think that's about it, so we can start. Anyway, I will leave the link to the other 4 reviews before this and the playlist for the LSAAA. In case you haven't watched the first one or haven't seen this person at all, they're in China and they have a lot of rabbits, and I mean a lot. And they like to do things like hitting them into traps, feeding them things they can't, like noodles and meat. And they also hold them by their ears and, trying to think of it off of the top of my head. Cut their teeth with rusty scissors, but they haven't done that in a while. That doesn't mean I don't think they still do it, but, you know. They've got a lot of videos. You can see 2.6K. I think last time it was 2.1 or 2.3. I could be wrong though. And almost all of it is shorts. They make a few normal videos. They're not very interesting. They don't post on their community tab. Thank God. But anyway, we can go ahead and get started. So for here, there's a hole, and obviously you can tell that the rabbit didn't make it since it's going straight down. But they have this cover over it, and it's got dirt on it, and there's baby rabbits inside, and they say that it's covered to get the rain out, but you can tell that it hasn't rained at all. And here, there's a rabbit nursing, which you can tell that the kits have been brought out, because there's no way that the mother would just bring the kits out to nurse right in the open. They don't do that, I know. And so you can tell that they're not hers, because she's not very interested in it, and then she just leaves. And so the kids are freaking out. And this guy picks up the baby rabbits and throws them back into the hole, which is disgusting. Absolutely horrible. This one, there's a nest, which you can tell they put there. And they start grabbing kits non-gently. One falls, and then they put them in a metal cup or bowl or whatever. which would be cold unless it's sitting in the sun, which then would be extremely hot. And they're living in dirt. This one's just a rabbit coming out of the hole. Someone pointed out a few weeks ago in a video like this, there's someone else on the other side sending the rabbits through, which I hadn't thought of before, but it actually makes a lot of sense, considering how would you know the exact moment that they're coming out and how many, unless you were sitting there for like an hour waiting. This one, they put a rabbit under hay, and then they took a stick and started poking it. Okay, maybe not poking it, but still. Here's another rabbit nursing kits, where she wouldn't nurse them. And then he grabs her arm and then pulls her up. Don't grab rabbits by their arm, especially not when they're nursing. And you can tell that the rabbit's uncomfortable and wants to leave. Here, there's a bunch of baby rabbits coming out of a hole, again, probably being sent through. And then right there, you can see a light chestnut colored kit with an ear missing. And you can tell that he tore or cut that ear off. This is not a natural thing. And then here's a rabbit with matted-ish fur and cuts in its ear. And it's trying to dig, and this person, I don't care if they're giving it dirt. They can do it by themselves. You don't need to bother them with a shovel. Here's another one like the first one, but this one's even worse. And that right there, that's why. He picks up the almost newborn baby rabbit by its ear. Not even both ears. One singular ear, which is very thin and small, and it picks up all of the weight of that baby rabbit. Here, rabbit's being put on its back, which can trance them, which basically can paralyze them. And if they try to get up like that, they could break their bones. And then hang on. They're putting a bunch of herbs on it, going, oh, haha, look at my salad, but it's not funny. Right there, that's sweet potatoes, and rabbits can't eat sweet potatoes, especially not babies. Now they're feeding it a noodle. Rabbits can't eat noodles. Here's some more holding them upside down, which can lead to trancing, which can lead to being paralyzed. And then they're feeding it more things they can't eat. Cooked bean sprouts. I don't know if they can have normal bean sprouts. I don't have any. I don't give any to them. But you can tell that these ones are cooked, and they're in the bowl with the other cooked food. They probably have seasonings. They probably have, I guess not sauce, because you can't really see it, but still. Like I've said before, they make a whole lot of digging videos. It's not cute, don't fall for it. It's just to hide up the abuse. Now they gave the rabbit a plastic bag, which it has with hay, which it's trying to take back to its nest, in which, if it does have kits, which we don't know, the kits could get strangled in it, their feet could get caught, and then they could digest the plastic, I guess eat the plastic, and I'm pretty sure they can't digest that, which means they could get sick, and rabbits can't throw up. Hang on, the boys are being naughty. Knock it off. All three of you. Anyway, back to what we were doing. They grab the rabbit by the skin on its spine and pulls it away from kits it was feeding. Oh, and look at the title. Rabbit Baby, a total of 3 rabbits will die. They make haha funny rabbit death jokes, which aren't funny at all. Then they pick it up by its skin again, and the rabbit tries to get away. And you can tell the kits are starving by how crazy they're going. Here they set up a trap for a baby rabbit, which it could get suffocated in. See how it's pressed against the brick to where it can't get out? Air can't get in either. And then they put this baby rabbit on top of an egg, which has to be very uncomfortable. By the way, I'm sure you've seen that the rabbits are either inside on hardwood floors with tile or outside where it's just dirt and there's like 5 clumps of not even grass. I've never seen any of the rabbits drink any water. Here's a really bad one. This one, this is the 3rd time it's been posted. First time was quite a few months ago. The second one was, I'd say, around 3 months ago. And this one is from, today would be the 1st, so about 8 days ago. Chasing down a baby rabbit, which it's trying to get away. And then they grab it by right in front of its hips, which don't grab them in that way ever. And then they hold it like that while trying to escape. And then the baby rabbit's screaming. Rabbits don't scream unless they're absolutely terrified or in pain. And then after holding it for a bit, upside down, with its filthy paws, they just drop it. It's not much of dropping it. It's kind of like tossing it. And it's not funny. It's not cute. Like, I believe, I could go look in the comments now. Someone, here, Fluffy and Nova Buns, they actually say that the videos got reposted 3 times, and they make a point. Since how long ago this rabbit was probably tortured to death. It's probably obviously dead now. Here's another one of those traps where its leg could get caught and break. And putting rabbits in with chickens isn't safe at all. I have chickens and I've had a few aggressive chickens. And if I put a rabbit in there, well, the chickens had eggs or didn't have eggs, then the chickens would for sure attack the rabbit, especially a baby like this. Here's one. That's meat. I don't know what animal it's from, but I'm going to assume a rabbit. So they take some of it, and then they give it to a baby rabbit. What the heck? No. Never, ever feed a rabbit, first off, meat. Second off, probably another rabbit. That's just messed up. What happened to you to where you would do that? And then here they filmed 2 rabbits fighting. Not fighting. There's a video where they're fighting though. Here's a trance rabbit. I'm sure this one was recorded in my You're a Jerk video. Rabbit's laying flat on its back on the ground. You can tell it's already tranced. Looks almost dead. Isn't moving at all. Looks uncomfortable. a dirty piece of nasty looking celery. Rabbit baby pushed back and forth for half an hour. It was just bothering the rabbit. He's just giving the rabbit more work. What did these rabbits do to you to where you have to treat them like objects that you can play with or glass that you can break anytime you want? Here's the one with the rabbits fighting. Rabbits will kill each other. If they're fighting, you need to stop them, not sit there and record. Not like they care about those rabbits, though. This one, they're breaking the top of a tunnel with a shovel, and there's a rabbit right there. And I'm sure the rabbit's gotten hit by the shovel quite a few times, considering how it's moved. And they grab it by its butt and pull it out. This one was collecting hay, and they start pulling on it. That could slice the rabbit's mouth, even if it's hay. I've been cut by grass before. And not only that, but if they're holding them on super tightly, which they would be using their teeth, then they could possibly move their teeth or pull them out. Rabbits struggling to get out. Then hit with a stick on their head. Here's another one pushing back and forth. You can tell the rabbit's obviously aggravated. I would be too. I haven't seen one of these in quite a while. This is the most recent one, as you can tell. But they dig a hole in front of a warren entrance, and then they put a cover on it. Hang on. They dig a hole, put a bin in there, like a plastic bin container, and then they put a top on it, cover it with dirt, and then start luring rabbits out with, I don't even know what that is. You can tell the rabbit's very hungry. And they grab it and they pull the top off, and then the rabbits fall in, dirt, and they could break their leg and break their head. If they were an adult, they would be about halfway in there, struggling to get out, could also break something. And these ones are just babies trying to eat. And for this one, people keep saying, well, she's gonna have a nest. She's pulling fur for a nest. I breed rabbits. I have does that have babies. They have nest boxes, and they pluck fur. But when they pluck the fur, they're near the nest, and they pluck fur from just their chest and their underbelly, and that makes it easier for the kits to nurse, since there's no fur in the way. But then they go and then they either hold on to it or go and put it in the nest. But in just about every video they have where the rabbits are plucking fur, they get it off of their chest, their shoulders, their back, their sides, and then instead of holding it or carrying back to a nest box, they just drop it around them. And that's stress pulling. Rabbits will stress pull. And I can tell why they would be stressed out. I would be too if I had to live with this guy. Here's one, they smoke the baby rabbits out, falling into a trap where they can't get out. Which can damage a rabbit's lungs. Like people who smoke. If they do it for a long time, they most likely have problems with their lungs because they're breathing in the smoke. Well, that can happen with rabbits too. Rabbits have lungs. Rabbits breathe through their nose and mouth. Here's another one with a shovel, and the rabbit's extremely mad. Here's another luring video with multiple very hungry baby rabbits. Stress pulling. Here's an example of the fur just thrown off. Just hitting a baby rabbit into a hole. Don't even know how deep. Just hits it with a shovel. Here's one that I was talking about earlier as well. Holding it by the ear, forcing it to nurse when it doesn't have any milk. It's probably a buck. I could be wrong, but this person just never shows anything about bucks. And it's trying to get away. And it kicks the kits. That's how much it wants to get away. It doesn't care about these baby rabbits who probably aren't theirs. It just wants to be stopped. It wants to stop being held by its ears, which is painful because they have nerves in their ears. Here's their dog that they like to dig rabbits out for no reason. It's not hunting. Then the dog chases after it. Oh, and they put these little things on strings, and the rabbits could eat the strings. And not as bad as plastic, but like plastic, they should not be eating that. Here's another trap. That rabbit could get its head stuck between the bin and the cardboard, and then it could get strangled. And you see how the rabbits can't really go back inside? They've probably been blocked off. The rabbit's extremely filthy. Another dumb, empty container trap. And then you can tell that the rabbit's been put in there on purpose in a small container with a bunch of kits, almost upside down, to force feed them. And the rabbit wants to get out, but those kits are so hungry that they'll try and do anything to get milk, which means the rabbit can't really escape even if they could jump out. He grabbed the rabbit by the skin above its tail. More stress pulling from under its tail. Here's one. This video's gotten reposted quite a little bit. I think 3 times, but this is what I was talking about. Cuts their overgrown teeth with rusty scissors. You wouldn't have to do this if it actually had things to chew. Not to mention they almost cut the rabbit's lips. Probably did. Here's another one of them smoking them out. I think I've covered this one in the last one, or it was recently after. But again, he's using a shovel to break the top, which not only can hit the kits, but then he starts pulling them out by their ears and grabbing them aggressively in the middle, and then just pulling them out for no reason other than views and abuse. I know I've definitely talked about this one in the last one. Tries to get them to fall into soapy water. And since I can remember this one, I think I'll end it off right there. Again, like I said in the beginning, I'll leave links to the playlist and other reviews, and then we'll also leave a link to this channel. Oh, actually, I should do this like every other time. On all of their abuse videos, to report them, you want to go to these 3 dots down here, press report, go to violent and repulsive content, and then report it. I do about 3, 4, or 5 for each abuse video until it says it runs out. Violent and repulsive instead of hateful and abusive, because on desktop you get options, and the option of animal abuse is in violent and repulsive actions. So please go and report them, preferably as much as you can, and I will see you in a different video.